Hi there friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Allie Tarot 108. Nice to see you all, nice to hear from you all. I am in my witch house, cottage house, and I got all my dried flowers and my dried stuff around me from last year. Things that I did last year here in my house. But yeah, today we are doing a pick a card reading, and today is very special because today is the half moon. It's actually 11th lunar day, and many people do fasting on this day, and yeah, do fasting on this day for good luck, for basically can help you manifest things that you want in your life. It can help you to just get purified basically, and just like purify your soul, you know. Like we have really, all of us, we have so much dirt in our hearts, and if we don't do something to purify ourselves, that dirt is going to stay there, you know. We want to overcome the things in our lives: lust, anger, greed, you know, negativity, anger, etc. And just, you know, see the soul in everyone, every person. Yeah, but today we are looking at pick a card spread, and I'm going to pull 3 cards so you guys can pick a card. And we're asking the question today to Spirit, like, what advice do you need to know today? What advice is coming to you on this day, on this special day, half moon day? And I am doing fasting today, so it's kind of a special energy for me today. So let's see what comes up in the cards. So pile 1, give us advice. Okay, well, first of all, pile 1, give us the pile. Let's see. Interesting. Flower of the self. Flower of the self. It's pile 1 for you. Pile 2, seed of life. Interesting. We have all these flower of life. What would you call it? Mandala? Flower of life. Sacred geometry stuff coming up. It's all sacred geometry kind of in these cards, but we've got 2 flowers of life. I wonder if that's going to be an ongoing theme for our readings today. What else is coming up? Okay. Chic. Interesting. Chic. Okay. So we've got pile 1, flower of the self. Pile 2, seed of life, and chic. And if it makes any difference to any of you in numerology, we've got pile 1, the numerology is number 11 or number 2. For number 2, pile 2, the numerology is number 10, so you can count that as number 1. And then for pile 3, we've got number 5. That's interesting, number 5 coming up. So pick your piles now. I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile 1. You have chosen the flower of the self card, and we've got the numerology coming up, number 11 or number 2, and we know that number 11, life path, is someone who's very intuitive, very, you can even say psychic in yourself. So some of you might be psychic, some of you might have that ability, but we're asking the question today, what messages do you need to receive today from Spirit? What messages do you need to know today? So we are taking first oracles, and then we're going to take tarot. So what does pile 1 need to know today? What's the advice? Oh, interesting. Freedom. Freedom. It says, I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Oh, that's very powerful. Especially on this day, especially on half moon, 11th moon day, 11th lunar day. It is that day where we are trying to get free. If you're doing penance on this day, like fasting or anything like that, it is the day where you're trying to basically get free from the grips of this world, from illusion, from, well, we can call it Maya, you know, Maya, this kind of concept of illusion, being dragged down by the material energy of this world. Interesting. Freedom. Flying like a free bird. And interesting how it says flower of the self. It's you've got a color scheme going on here, and it's kind of brownish and reddish and yellowish, and so it could be something about feeling, well, I'm hearing actually about digestion, you know, about processing things. It could be about processing things, you know, the lower chakras, sacral, solar plexus, root chakra as well. It's that energy of, I feel like, groundedness. But not only that, it's about feeling comfortable within yourself. And I get this energy right now coming up from your cards where it's like, you have to feel like, I feel like confident is one thing, or feel like comfortable. I feel like maybe in your life there could have been a situation recently or something coming up where, yeah, sorry, I had a little interruption. So yeah, something about breaking the bonds. You see here with the hands in constraints, it's like about breaking the bonds of this heavy energy or something heavy on you in this world. It's like you want to get free of something. It could be for some of you that you want to remove yourself from a certain situation, or I feel this. I feel the words coming up, going away from something. So you could even be searching for a vacation or searching for an end to this kind of suffering is what I'm hearing. But let's see what else comes up in oracles right now. It is this one. Children. Oh my goodness. That's really interesting because I don't know if any of you just heard it, but my daughter actually came and just told me something. Now I had to refresh the video. But yeah, children. Oh, that's interesting. Fertility, loss, infertility, illegitimacy. That's interesting. Some of you could be having a situation with where you have children, where you feel maybe bogged down, you know, like tied down by children, or it could be a situation where there's some issue surrounding child or having a child or a small child, and or really wishing for a child. But I also see the thing coming up here, like some of you could be parents, mothers, and just wanting to kind of like, and you may be feeling really constrained by that. Or it could be a situation where it's like you may not be able to have children, or your child could have gone away from you for some reason, and it's like you feel, in a way, you feel trapped as well because of that. Like you feel helpless in a way because of that. So that is something coming up. Otherwise, yeah, there's some, I feel some worry about children coming up. So what else do we have coming up? Let me see. Anybody just want to jump out here? Please. Okay, thank you. So something, okay. Oh, interesting. Ascetic. That's interesting. Buddhist ascetic, Christian ascetic, hermit, mystic. Yeah, this is giving hermit vibes, but it's giving really like wisdom hermit vibes, you know. You may be a spiritual practitioner, or you may be spiritual seeking. Or with the freedom coming up, and also flower of the self, there's something about realizing yourself. So it could be you're trying to realize yourself within a certain situation, or generally within your life. It could have something to do with children. Like you have to realize something, and it's something related to children. Like there's a certain karmic thing. A certain karmic thing that I feel you're trying to deal with, that you may be trying to get over at the moment. Some of you may be thinking about going on a retreat somewhere, meditation retreat, religious retreat. I'm hearing religious concert as well. You know, there are some spiritual kind of religious concerts, like in Christian spheres as well. So let's see what comes up in these cards. What does pile 1 need to know about this situation? Number 8, fish hook. Yeah, again, it comes up feeling powerless, feeling trapped. We see number 8 coming up here. And number 8 is like, it's that Scorpio energy. It's kind of about secrets, but it's also about transformation. And then we've got Aquarius energy about independence and idealism. So it could be that you really are trying to find a way to get out of a certain situation, and you could be turning to spirituality to try to get out of that situation. And I get the message coming up for you that that is going to work, that that is a good route. It's the best route to take for you to deal with this situation coming up. So let's see what else comes up in these. Okay, somebody jumped. So what does pile 1 need to know? What are the advice? Very likely. So I feel like some of you could have a question about this situation. Is it going to be resolved? And I feel like the answer coming up is very likely yes. At this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. So there's number 3 energy coming up as well, which is Gemini energy, which is about communication and intelligence and expressing yourself. So it could be that some of you need to express yourself more in this situation. And we are going to take now one of these sea melodies to finally start to get some advice about this situation. So we did our oracle check-in, and then we are going to look at our tarot advice, you can say. But I feel like sea melodies is the start of this advice. So what is this? What do the mermaids want us to know? Dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore. Interesting. There could be a fear. There could be a situation where some of you feel fear. Like, if I leave, or if I walk away, for example, from this thing, I could lose everything. I get that energy. I get this message coming up. Like, if I walk away from this, I could lose everything. But I feel like the cards are telling you, you know, to have your freedom, you can turn inward in a way. There can be freedom which can come from within with the asceticism, meditation. If any of you have a strong practice, you know, that, or a master that you follow, or some kind of, you know, the Sanskrit word would be like sadhana, some kind of sadhana that you're following. It's like you have to practice, follow your practice. And for some of you, I get the message as well, it could be a practice which is not necessarily traditional meditation, as like sitting there and just like meditating, or, you know, chanting any kind of mantras in that sense. I get a message as well, like for some of you, it could be yoga, or like hitting the gym every day, or like keeping a strong practice with something, you know, that you do every day. Maybe you paint a little bit every day. You do something to express yourself every day. You, or you may have a ritual that you do every day. It's a message like those things can relieve you. Keeping a strong practice. I get a message coming up like, be married to your practice. But also just know that when you're practicing, keep your intention in mind with this dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore. You know, you have to go deeper. You have to go deeper in what you're doing. You have to really push for it. Go for it, you know? So what other advice is coming up now in the tarot? Okay, the High Priestess. The High Priestess. Okay, where should we put it? Put it down here, I guess. The High Priestess. What is the advice that pile number 1 needs in this situation? Interesting. We've got this one coming up. Ace of Wands first. And Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So it's this one. Queen of Cups. What else is coming up now? Death card. Okay. So we're learning about our future, I'm hearing. And what else is coming up now? 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm seeing that for some of you, this situation could be something with financial. I feel like it could be something with health as well, like fertility. We see that coming up here. But there is this situation about feeling like helpless. And I feel like part of it is feeling like you don't have enough material wealth or material prosperity for for your own freedom, it could be. And it's like, I'm seeing with the High Priestess, it's like you may feel that someone is oppressing you, um, that someone is over you. It could even be just like the government or generally life, like inflation. Inflation is going crazy right now. Feeling like you, I get this message about like feeling like you can't survive in a way, like I can't live. I can't be free in this situation. Like, I really want this. I really want to feel comfortable in my life. I really want to also maybe go on vacation or something like this. But it's like, how can I? I can't afford it in this situation. I can't afford to also. I get this message about like, I can't afford to walk away. So, what is the advice coming up with the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in right side up? As well as we have Three of Pentacles here. There is this energy coming up, especially with the tigers, like take life by the horns, essentially. I'm hearing and I'm seeing like while you may have a day job that you keep, it's like you should be doing that thing that you have been dreaming of. I feel like for some of you, there's been something that you have been wishing for, something that you've been wanting to do, like potentially your own business that you've been wanting to expand, or just like an idea that you have. And it's like, you can do that. The cards are telling you, you can do that. Like, why are you stopping yourself? With the Ace of Wands here, it's this energy of like, I'm afraid to do it, or like, I can't take that step forward. But the cards are telling you, go for it, go for it. And also with the Death card coming up here, we see Goddess Kali here, in her stance of like strength and basically like her conquering stance. And I feel that energy of like the Death card is telling you here, you have to overcome, you have to overcome these things that are going on, and you can have prosperity in your life. You can have greater prosperity in your life if you just really take the situation by the hands. And I'm hearing actually social media. I'm actually seeing Instagram specifically, like, or maybe even TikTok. I see for some of you, there may be this desire to promote yourself some way or do something with yourself, which is like, you feel like it's really outlandish, like it's really never gonna work. But the cards are telling you like, you have to do this for a better life, basically. And it could be the thing about, it could be the thing I was seeing with practice, like continue, continue, continue. It could be that thing like, if you are doing with social media, you have to like post every day, or you have to keep going with it. Basically, the cards are telling you pretty much, don't give up. Really don't give up on this situation. I want to ask, actually, I'm feeling drawn to pulling from this deck again. Can we get a little bit more insight on this situation for pile number 1? What does it say? Leadership. There you go. Like, the cards are telling you that there's a certain quality within you which people can look up to, but you have to open it up for yourself. You have to realize it for yourself. You have to put yourself out there as well. So there should be no fear for you, is what's coming up. Don't be afraid to just dive in, jump into it, and keep going with it. If it is not something like putting yourself out there on social media, it could be something like doing a side hustle, which you've been wanting to do. Maybe I'm getting the message about like personal trainer or something like that, or like coaching other people in a certain way. And it's like, you can do that. I'm hearing you can do that after your day job, potentially on the side, and develop it and even make it your main thing in the future. And I feel you getting more enjoyment out of it than what's happening right now in your life. The things that you may be feeling like are holding you down. The reason they're holding you down is because you're not playing, you're not enjoying. Because if you really enjoy what you do in your life, everything in your life and your world will feel like play. every day will feel like a vacation to you. You know, it's like, it's the thing that you have to do. Your soul calling is coming to you right now. And I feel like you know what it is already, and you just have to start with it. Take the action and go with it and roll with it. Yeah, that's a message coming up for you today. So yes, pile one, this is your advice for today. If you like this reading, please don't forget to like the video, give it a share, subscribe to the channel, and I like to hear from you all. Comments down below. So until next time, stay in love, stay in the light, and take care. Bye. Hello, pile two. You have chosen the Seed of Life card with the number 10 numerology, which you can see is number 1. So let's see what comes up here in your pile for you today. So we are asking on the 11th lunar day to Spirit about what advice do we need to hear right now? What do we need to hear right now? So let's take this deck first. What advice does pile 2 need to hear today? Please let us know. Okay, so we have something coming up here. I feel like it's this one. Receiving. Interesting. Receiving. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. That's really interesting. We had something similar coming up with pile 1, and there was also a bird on this deck, on this oracle deck for pile number 1. So if you were attracted to pile number 1, I would say go check out pile number 1 as well. But let's see, every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. So there is, I feel this energy of surrender to the divine plan in order to receive what you should be receiving for yourself. Now we are going to take this deck. So what is going on with pile number 2, and what advice does pile number 2 need to hear today? Revolution. That's really interesting. That is really interesting, really interesting. Because with this card, I also got that energy of flag, like nation, especially because it also has like Ukraine flag colors there. We know that Ukraine is in a war right now, and so some of you could be living through a war or a difficult period right now. I know there is a lot going on in the Middle East as well, but also in the North American sphere, you know, there can be sometimes unrest, political unrest, wherever you may live in the world, really. So there could be something going on. It could be also this energy I'm getting right now of you may be a person who is like very passionate about things, very fiery. You have a big ideals about certain things, and you want things to change, maybe within an organization that you're a part of, or a company that you're a part of, or even in your own community. I get this energy like you may really want something to change where you are. And it's interesting, we have, it says here, proletariat, reign of terror, wealthy elite, war or uprising. So you could really be hoping for a kind of revolution or something to change in your life. I feel like the cards are already telling you that the way you're going to change it is through some kind of actual surrender rather than fighting fire with fire, you know? Okay, so actually 2 jumped. So what do we need to know? What else do we need to know for pile 2? Swindler. Somebody could be cheating you. Perpetrator, exposed, swindled, evaded capture. But swindler, you know, is someone who is a thief, cheating. It could be, I'm here also with that wealthy elite energy coming up on this card. It's like you could be angry about somebody. You could have been scammed recently. Somebody could have robbed you. Somebody could have stolen something from you recently. And it's like, I feel you being kind of angry about that. I feel you kind of angry in some kind of situation where you want things to change in it. You know, we have a thing coming up here, which is like somebody has stolen something from you, and then we see her receiving card. So it's like it looks like you may be getting it back if somebody has taken something from you recently. So let's see what else comes up. Wild West. Oh, it's a bandit energy coming up. You know, cowboy, settler, indigenous person, other, Wild West. It's interesting, indigenous person, we know that for indigenous people, technically their land was taken from them. So you could be in a situation where something very valuable has been taken from you. It could even be land, it could even be who knows, if any of you do live on a farm, it could be livestock or your car, for example, or you may have been kicked out of your house, kicked out of your home. So let's see what comes up in the cards here. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's good. Changing. So we are getting the card changing coming up. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So I feel like definitely there is this strong energy coming up here of like something has been taken from you and it's like you're so angry you want that back. And I feel like you're coming to this video today asking, am I going to get that thing back? And looks like I get a positive feeling about it, especially with the receiving card about kind of like surrender in a way rather than fighting fire with fire. Let's take one more of these. What does it say? Roses. Love, romance, affection, appreciation, devotion, fond, delighted, high emotional IQ, gifts, friendship, infatuated, enchanted, passion, fidelity, tender, yearning, attached. So with here we have number 1, which is Aries energy, and we also had number 1 coming up in the indicator card. That was our numerology number because we had 10, which is number 1. So we also have Pisces coming up there, which is number 12, which is like the ending of something, but it's also about deep emotions and intuition. And with number 1, that Aries energy, it's about passion, fire. We've got Mars energy as well as south node of the moon, which is also called K2 energy. And it's like, I feel we're being told through the astrological sense here and the numerology here, it's like you have to kind of step back a little bit. For some of you, this could be a situation where someone has stolen your partner, maybe stolen your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, or that person may have walked away from you, and it's kind of like, I want to know, is that person going to come back for me? Could be a situation for some of you. But yeah, let's take one of these. Now we are getting advice on this situation for pile number 2. What advice does pile number 2 need to know in this situation? There are 2 things coming up here. First one is this one, I feel. Self-care. Drowning doesn't always require water. That's interesting. But I'm hearing with this, it's about kind of give yourself water, actually. Give yourself water and take care of yourself. You know, don't lose your head. Don't lose your mind in this situation. I feel like some of you could be seriously distraught, like just like losing your mind, like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do in this situation? And it's like, sit down, take a deep breath, drink a little water, and just realize that you're still here. You're still alive. You're still on this planet. Nothing is going to take that from you. And don't worry about this basically like karmic situation that you're going through right now, which I feel is quite difficult, you know. And then we have another advice, opportunity. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. So it's like this situation is coming to you to teach you something. You see the rough seas. If you brave the rough seas, if you tolerate the tough times, you will discover something about yourself. Prove yourself. You will see how you can tolerate, you know, you will see, it's like a learning experience. You'll develop. It's like I feel like it's kind of an initiation, whatever this situation is that's going through, even though it may be tough, it may be rough, you may not want to deal with it at all. It's a kind of initiation to bring you to a higher state of learnedness and to a higher state of even maturity, you can say. So let's see what comes up for your advice in the tarot today. So Queen of Cups. Interesting. Queen of Cups. Nine of Swords. Okay, what else? Judgment. The Emperor. Interesting. Everything coming up in right side up, not reverse. It's an interesting sign. So what else is coming up? Okay, so this one, Ten of Swords. Interesting that it comes from my left hand, my right hand. So that's significant. What else coming up? Five of Wands. Okay, so with Five of Wands, it's coming up strongly to me that this is a situation where I feel there's other people involved. You may feel like someone has taken something from you recently, and like you feel like you can't get it back because it's like them against me. It's like, you see, I get that energy here of like 5 against 1, or like 2 against 1, or it's like somebody's not agreeing with you. People are not agreeing with you, and it's like, oh my goodness, what can I do about this? You know, you feel kind of disabled in your actions. And with Queen of Cups here, it could be that energy of you want to feel good in this situation, you know. I feel like the other party, this Queen of Cups is strongly coming up about the other party. Like, they feel right. They feel justified. They feel like, hey, I did it and it's great for me and I don't care about you. It could be that situation coming up with that other person. With the Nine of Swords, it's like number 9 is that energy of Jupiter. That energy of gurus or teachers, or like getting help from somebody or something. But I'm seeing here with this figure here coming up, it's like collaborating. Like, you have to collaborate. And also from their end, whoever is like doing this thing to you, it's like from their end, they could be collaborating with others. And I get this energy of like mastermind, like organization, mastermind, things behind your back, planning things, really thinking about them. And I feel like they planned this, like they consulted about this, like maybe with others or even with Google. I'm hearing Chat GPT, whatever, that this other person kind of planned something, and they're kind of laughing at this point and thinking like, hey, I'm going to get away with this, you know? That is energy coming up here. And with the Judgment card here, it's like, I feel this situation is gonna be brought to justice. With the Emperor here, doesn't this kind of remind you of a court judge? It's like, I feel, and I'm hearing also from Spirit, I guess, like the watchful eye is on them and the watchful eye is on you. And that this whole energy of kind of like Judgment Day, or like God is watching you, or like the holy eye is watching you. And you are going to get what you need in this situation. And with the white elephant, Lord Ganesh coming up here, it is that energy of like breaking through barriers. And also about freedom is the energy I'm getting here. With the Emperor, I feel like somebody could be coming in on your side to really help you with this situation. Maybe you've already contacted that person. It could be a male, could be a man, could be a woman as well. But I feel like it is quite a wise person who knows a lot about how to deal with this situation. Maybe they've dealt with it before. Maybe they are doing that professionally. Maybe it's their profession. Maybe they're a lawyer. Maybe they just have good experience and can give good advice in the situation. With 10 of Swords here, this actually came up from my left hand, which I feel is somehow significant. So coming from the left hand for me tells me something about female, about a woman. There could be a woman involved in this situation. She could be the one who has done this to you. 10 of Swords is like, I get that message right now, and for some reason I'm being brought back to the receiving card, which is like, put your best foot out there to try and deal with these issues, but don't kill yourself over it. You know, don't worry about it too much. Don't feel like it's the end of the world, essentially. You know, with 10 of Swords here, it's like you have to take the right actions, contact the right people, or consult with the right people, and that is going to help you, because I feel those people wanting to help you very much. And then we come back to the 5 of Wands again, which is like, you don't have to do anything more, is what I'm hearing, because 5 of Wands is all about kind of like stopping of actions. So it's like, you don't have to do anything more than putting the best foot forward that you can, rather than absolutely fighting for this. Like, I get this message about like wanting to burn it down, wanting to, like, I'm so angry, I just want to burn it down. Like, I get that message coming up, and I feel like the 5 of Wands is telling you, you know, just put it out there, and you're gonna have your team who's fighting against that evil clan or evil team or whatever, and you're gonna see justice in this situation. You're gonna get back. You're gonna get something back from this situation. So let's see, is there anything else that pile 2 needs to know? Oh, an interesting inventor. And I get the message right now, this could be someone stealing your ideas, actually. Someone stealing your ideas, or yeah. With number 3 here, it is Gemini energy, and then we have number 10 about Capricorn. So it is that energy of like your communication, your intelligence, your communication and intelligence may be the way that you make your money, or it may be just your greatest asset to yourself. And I feel like you are a person, pile number 2, that has great potential, and you are very intelligent. And it's like people see that about you and they want to be like you. And in that way, people can plagiarize, you know, people can plagiarize from you the things that you do, you know. I get this kind of genius energy. So it could be that someone has stolen your idea, whether you are an inventor or you are a creative type person. Maybe you're a writer. It could be that somebody is trying to take that from you, you know? So there could be something going on with legal action here. I want to get a little bit more insight on what is this situation for pile number 2, and are they going to get justice in this situation? Let's see, somebody's jumping out. Oh, it could be that you are working for a company and they are exploiting your ideas and they're not giving you credit for your ideas. Okay. Work slave, concubine, prisoner of war, something like this. Yeah, there was another thing about war coming up. So could be that you feel stuck in this situation as well. I want to ask the final question, you know, what is going to be the outcome of this for pile 2? Are they going to get liberty, freedom? Yes, looks like yes. It says it's coming up in summer. Well, it is kind of summertime right now if you're in Northern Hemisphere, but within 3 to 6 months, it looks like, yes, there will be a resolution to this situation. Yeah. So pile number 2, if you like this reading today, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more readings, comment down below, and By the way, my Instagram is available if any of you want to make contact on there. And yeah, until next time, I wish you all the best with your situation. And this is the advice coming up for you today. So love and light. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You have chosen the chic card with the beautiful blue kind of water drop, paint drop mandala. And we've got number 5 in numerology here with 32. So let's see what comes up for chic today. It is the 11th lunar day, half moon, and we are asking, what advice does pile number 3 need to know today? So we are taking one of these first. What advice does pile number 3 need to know today? And keeping it open, letting the energy flow. What advice does pile number 3 need to know today? Let's see. Divine source. Okay. So it says, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. That's interesting, especially because we know 11th lunar day is a day of purifying oneself, and you can say prayer as well. So some of you may be engaged in that today, maybe not, but let's see what else comes up. What does pile 3 need to know? What is the advice coming up for pile 3 today? Oh, I feel it's this one. Ice disaster. Okay. So there could be a situation where you may have actually, you know, there's a lot of disaster going on around the world with all the natural disasters and everything. Some of you even could have lost your home. I feel that energy of like, you could have lost your home recently, or you could be in a new environment. I feel this energy from this card about having to change locations of where you live. So that could be an issue for some of you. What else comes up? What else comes up? Flood, water disaster. Okay, it's like strongly coming up. That's really like, many of you could have a situation where your house is destroyed, or you know, there's a lot of hurricanes and stuff going on right now in the US. It is summer. There can be forest fires as well all around the world, in Australia and Canada as well. So what else comes up here? It says astral experiences, out-of-body experience, near-death experience, between lives, post-life review. That's interesting. I feel with these cards coming up, there's this strong energy that some of you could have had a brush with the Reaper recently, you know, DEATH, with a near-death experience recently, you know, especially with the Divine Source card coming up. I get that energy of like, you are having spirituality kind of awoken within you recently. We see the disaster thing coming up, like something could have happened to you recently. I also get the message right now, it could have even been an accident, car accident, some kind of accident like that is what I'm hearing. So let's see what comes up in our cards here. Let's see what comes up. Says, oh, they really jumped. Oh my gosh, they really jumped. Okay. What comes up for pile number 3? What does pile number 3 need to know in this situation? Flamingos, interesting. Soulmates, lovers, union, courtship, dating, attraction, seduce, long-term potential, displays of affection, charm, it factor, 2 of a kind, alluring, je ne sais quoi. What I'm getting from this card is that there may be people helping you, basically. It could be that you have a partner that's helping you, listening to you. I get this energy like you could be thinking a lot about somebody that you love, like a partner. But I get that message as well. It could also be a family member. I get the message about mother or father. And I also see here that if it's not you that had such a near-death experience recently. It could be someone that you love, someone that you really care about, someone in your family or a partner who they could even have potentially lost their life or lost their property maybe in a disaster, or nearly lost their life, or they may be going through a crisis. It could be you or it could be someone close to you. So let's see what comes up in this card. Okay. There is an energy here about losing someone or something that you love. With the crosses, you see, it's like it's a graveyard. With number 9 is Jupiter energy plus Pisces. It is like, it could be a father, it could be a teacher, someone that you love. With sacrifice, down for the cause, release, let go, giving up, surrender, put others first. For the greater good, dogma, heroic effect, purpose-driven, martyrdom, heed the call. So it's like, I feel like in this situation, you feel like you need to speak out about something. There is an energy coming up about like speaking at someone's funeral, or it could even be about speaking about your own experience that you've had recently, about your own maybe near-death experience, or kind of like experience of losing something which recently happened. So now we get your advice, pile number 3. So what is the advice for pile number 3 on this day? What does pile number 3 need to know on this day? Thank you. Optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. Wow, there's a lot coming up here about water disasters. And, you know, with number 5 as well in numerology, number 5 is considered to be the energy of the sun, for one. But that has two sides, you know. The sun is... While it illuminates things, if we talk about astrology, because I am an astrologer as well, if we talk about the sun illuminates things, but in a way, the sun can also burn as a concept, you know? And it's like, in that way, sometimes when we see the sun come up, or Leo energy come up, or number 5 energy come up, because they're all interrelated, when you see that come up, it can mean negation, or things not working, things not going on. So I feel like this is a situation where you kind of have to stop yourself in a way, like stop your busyness, kind of sit with yourself. And with the prayer hands energy coming up, it's like you have to kind of sit and pray about this situation, and really think about it, meditate about it, and ask for higher help from God, help from divine source, in this situation. And I feel like this could be a situation where you really need healing, actually. So it says here, after each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, you have to realize that though this thing happened, and it's difficult, it's really difficult, everything is going to be cleared. Things are going to be all right. It's the message coming up. So let's take our tarot now. What does pile number 3 need to know? What is the advice in this situation? For pile number 3, what comes up? Queen of Wands. This one also was coming up. 6 of Pentacles. What else comes up? Okay, thank you. 3 of Wands. If anybody wants to come out. Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. The unicorn. Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is a rare situation. It doesn't happen to everyone. 3 of Pentacles. Pentacles energy coming up. This one is coming up. 2 of Wands. Okay. So I feel like in this situation, the Knight of Pentacles really struck me as coming out strong. And it's like I'm hearing things from this card. It's like with Knight of Pentacles, I feel like the unicorn energy, like this is very rare. And I feel like you may be turning toward some kind of ancient wisdom, potentially. It could be from any kind of tradition, but I feel you kind of looking to the past and looking to, how should I say, wisdom from the past. Kind of wisdom of the sages, wisdom of the prophets, wisdom of the apostles, I'm hearing, if any of you are Catholic or something like that. But it's like this thing, it has this certain rarity to it, this situation. And it's like, I don't really know how to deal with it because I can't really get advice from just any old person because not everyone has had experience with this. It's so difficult, you know? And we see, I'm being drawn to these stars coming up. It's about wishful thinking. Like, I wish I could deal with this somehow, or I wish I could do something with this. And with Queen of Wands here, it is that energy of having to take action and having to take action in a big way. We don't see any major arcana coming up here. So it feels to me like what we're receiving here is purely really advice on this situation. It is like Six of Pentacles you see here is that Virgo energy about details and capability. It's like you have to look at the details of this situation and figure out, how do I materialize it? And I do get this big energy around like healing coming up here. We again see these lions and tiger. These two lions are coming up here in this, in the pentacles on these cards. And with that, it again gives that Leo or Sun energy. So it is that thing, like, it's definitely a difficult situation. And it can also be a situation where you feel like you need greater knowledge about this. And also I get this energy, like it may be a situation where you don't really feel like you can talk about it so openly, or like you don't know how to talk about it so openly. With we see threes here coming up, Three of Wands and Three of Pentacles. I feel they're interconnected. It's like that Gemini energy of communication, intelligence, and Mercury energy, which is telling you you have to talk about this situation. You have to express yourself. And you see here at the book, I just got the message as well, like it could also be about writing. I see like pen. Some of you could actually be sitting in the hospital right now. I get this message coming up, like you could be sitting in the hospital, you could be bedridden, there could be something going on with you like that, or it could be someone close to you. But it's like you have to write down how you're feeling and your thoughts, because if you don't, it's going to be stagnant. This situation is going to be stagnant. It can't heal, it can't develop beyond the point that it's at unless you get it out there. With Two of Wands in reverse coming up, it is that energy of like potentially feeling helpless, you know, seeing as number 2 is that Taurus energy of Venus. It's like that Venus energy is that energy of you know, wealth, or really like materializing kind of beauty in this world as well. So there may be this situation going on with you where you feel like, I can't, like, you may not feel beautiful in yourself, or you may not feel like confident in yourself. You may not feel like you can offer anything in this situation, but the message coming up for you is like, you can more than you know, and you can even inspire people more than you know. As well, I'm being brought back to this Flamingos card. It may be helpful for you to have people around you who support you, who give you moral support, emotional support in this situation. I want to get a little bit more information now for pile number 3. What else does pile number 3 need to know in this situation? And how is pile number 3 going to heal this situation? It's the message. It's the question coming up. So how is pile number 3 going to heal this situation? Oh, interesting. Again, it's number 5 plus Leo. So dynamite, excitement, passion, action, suspense, destroy, powder cake, fantastic, energetic, breakup, catalyst for change, explosive, short fuse, firecracker, blast, sudden, expected, fast. I feel like some of you could have been feeling really quiet about all this. And the message is like, don't feel quiet about it. Get loud about it. Also, with the chic card here, I get this really like kind of catwalk fashion energy coming up from this card, and it tells me like you have to speak out about what you feel, you know? Don't keep it locked up within you. Be free with it. Get loud with it, basically, and don't worry about the opinions of other people. You have to do it for yourself. So let's see what comes up here. This oracles, if anybody wants to jump out, we need one more. Okay, we got 2 actually. So anything else that pile number 3 needs to know for this situation? Addiction. You see this kind of energy of sitting with oneself. Now, some of you could even be in, gosh, rehab, or maybe someone you know. It says here rock bottom, and I do get that energy. I do get that energy of feeling like I can't do more. Like I'm at the very bottom. And in a way, I want to tell you that, you know, hitting rock bottom can be a good thing. It can be a good thing to be at the very bottom, because you know only you can go up from there. The only place you have to go is up from there. So this is a start of something new. This is the start of a new time period, a new era for you. So what other advice is there for pile? Yeah, pile number 3. So burned, house fire, persecution, book burning, branding. Interesting. I get a message as well. There could be a situation about someone stealing your ideas. That was a thing coming up for pile number 2. If you are attracted to pile number 2, I recommend you to check it out. You may be feeling actually burned by a certain person, or, you know, with all the disaster stuff going on, it's like there could have been some kind of fire. I get this energy of somebody losing their home or losing where they're living. So yeah, if that is you, pile number 3, I really give my condolences and prayers for you. But yeah, basically, if you like this reading today, we'll say we are finished now. Yes, pile number 3. If you like this reading today, please give it a like. Please give it a subscribe to the channel and a comment on the video. Give it a share, and we will see you next time in the next video. Wish you all the best. Stay in love, stay in the light, and take care. Bye.